So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is the Mr. Media Interview, broadcast and recorded live on blogtalkradio.com from the new Media and American League baseball capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. Justin Bruening caught a huge break. In the world of primetime network television, if your new show doesn't immediately catch fire in the ratings or catch the eye of the critics, you're toast. But in the new version of Knight Rider, starring young Mr. Bruening, the network saw something it likes, despite so-so ratings and, disinterest from the critics. So NBC is giving the production one more shot at getting it right. The cast has been thinned and the plot simplified. Will it work? On the phone, I have the man who certainly hopes so. Justin, welcome to Mr. Media.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing very well.
Oh, you can say it with more enthusiasm.
Well, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm doing great. Haven't had too much coffee yet.
I understand completely. It's early for you and it's cold for me. I think we're both feeling about the same.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that.
Well, and I have to ask you, how did you get the news that changes were afoot on Knight Rider?
Well, someone just walked to my trailer and told me. They were like, we're killing off some cast members. I'm like, oh, all right. Is it me? No, I'm just kidding. They said that, they were story driven, and I actually, as much as I hate to see my friends off the show, I do agree with what they were saying. There's not enough for everyone to do. We made the car so advanced that we don't need 7 people, The car can do everything. It barely needs me, for God's sakes.
Don't say that. Somebody might be listening.
Hey, when he figures out how to walk inside of a Wendy's, then you know what? He still needs it. I was sad to hear that, but also it gave the show an opportunity to go a little deeper, go a little darker, have a little more fun and get back to what the original show was like, which was just Michael Knight and the car. And now, with that being said, we have a few other people, but we also need something to, go back to. You don't want to just see me sitting in the car the whole time. So, it is a little more like that. I'm on the road, and everyone, the other 3 people, which in the original series, there was 3 people as well.
Right.
RC, Bonnie, and Devin were helping Michael Knight, so it's kind of the same feel.
How would you describe the difference between a plot at the start of the season and a plot now as you're into the second half and things have changed?
Oh, it's a lot richer, I would say. A lot more developed and a lot more, like with any show, the first couple of episodes are not up to par and they're not great. There was obviously a lot of expectation on our show because it did such huge numbers with the 2-hour pilot, so everybody was really paying attention to ours. But, we have new creative people in control, and we are all just trying to collaborate, and that's what it is, a collaboration. Even the car has some input. I can't help that. He's got his 2 cents. We just set out to have fun. We tried to make a movie once a week and something that is just fun and just that. And we're not trying to be too deep, but also we're trying to make these, we want to make it entertaining and have those fun elements that made it like the original show, but updated to get new audiences as well. Which I think we definitely accomplished from beginning to now. Tonight's episode, for instance, really answers all of the questions about Michael Knight's past, my version of Michael Knight's past. There's 3 years that he doesn't remember when he was in Special Forces, and everything gets answered. And also for the nostalgic viewers, the car comes back, which is the evil version of Kit. So it makes an appearance in this, and we actually lose another cast member tonight, but I can't say who.
And that would be Car as in Karr.
Yes, Knight Automated Roving Robot. I had to say it a bunch of times, so that's why I know it. I was like, not out of, what is it again? Dear Lord.
Yeah. No, the earlier episodes of the show, it's interesting. It's a very good-looking cast, but I just kind of thought in watching it just seemed like there were too many people for the type of show. But I imagine it must be kind of hard to say goodbye to cast members who were let go. Bruce Davison. Bruce Davison was on Mr. Media last fall and was quite enthusiastic about the show. So.
Yeah, that's somebody that I learned a lot from, and it was very disheartening to hear that he was leaving, and Sydney and Yancey as well. I just felt, that's as much as, like I said, as much as, I feel bad for my friends, I do understand, like what you're saying, watching the show, there are, we don't have enough for them to do. Michael Knight's job is to drive Kit. So, my job has a purpose, whereas now we have to find something for the other 6 people to do.
Right.
And it's a little difficult on a show like this. But also their deaths enrichen the storylines. And like they give our characters purpose.
Are the stories more self-contained as opposed to the big conspiracy that seems to be going on?
Yes, the stories become more self-contained, like the original series. The mythology is still there. It's just not as prominent. So it'll be, there'll be those things, like the past will come up once in a while, but which you kind of need that. You need something that is a little serialized so you can, you have those viewers, the comic book fans. Like I'm a comic book fan, so you always got to have those things that they talk about, like episode 3, and they use something from that, and people get excited about that. So we have those things too, but mostly they are just self-contained missions. And they're more localized. They're not as broad after this episode, anyway.
So as a comic book fan, it's interesting to hear. You're probably hoping the show lasts a while. First of all, I know you want the show to last, but long enough to make a comic book out of it, I suspect.
Yeah, they actually already started drawing up comic books and stuff like that for it, which would be kind of cool. That'd be definitely fun, but, we'll see how the show goes, and if, these next few episodes are great and people tune in, we'll probably have a second season.
Cool.
Series.
I guess with fewer people, you must be working more in each episode.
Yeah, that's actually how it was presented to me. So listen, we're losing some characters. I was like, oh my god, wait, does that mean I gotta work more? And they're like, yeah. I go, how is that possible? So, and actually, it did not change. It was exactly the same when I was doing before. It's been like 17-hour days every day. I'd even work sometimes Saturdays because we have 2 to 3 units working at once. 2 to 3 different camera crews, and the reason I say 2 to 3 is because we usually don't have the third one, but sometimes we do. If we need to keep Michael Knight and Kit working every day, and we have to make a third camera crew, we will do it. So it was an everyday job.
Now, is there any chance we'll see David Hasselhoff on the show before the season ends?
Not before the season ends. Okay. But we definitely would love to have him back on there. But we wanted to make it an event. They cut our season short. I think there was plans to bring him, but they cut our season short, as they did with a lot of shows. And I think there was definitely a plan to bring him back. Maybe in the season finale or something like that. But maybe next season.
Well, Justin, I wish you a lot of luck with the show. I mean, it's got to be like being around cotton candy. I know it's work, but the idea of it's a lot of fun, and you're getting a second shot at it that a lot of people would not have. So that's got to say something.
Well, yeah, a lot of people love the show, and there's a lot of faith in it, and critics don't like it, but we're not trying to appeal to critics. We're trying to appeal to the viewer, and that's different. Some shows try to be critically acclaimed. I talk to a car. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I kind of knew that going into it. So when critics didn't like it, I was like, not really surprised, people.
Well, yeah. I mean, it seemed like the perfect audience for the show would be, teenage boys, 12 to 16, love cars and love the idea that their car can do all the work and drive them around at 100 miles an hour. And,
exactly. Yeah, like I said, we tried to appeal to the original fans and try to get some new ones. And that's ultimately, we had that initial fan base, which is great. So.
Well, folks, you can catch the re-reboot of Knight Rider, starring Justin Bruening, every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. You can also catch up on the episodes you've missed at www.nbc.com. And Justin, thanks so much for joining us on Mr. Media today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, good luck to you. Bye-bye. For more great TV star interviews, surf over to our main website, www.mrmedia.com. That's where you can listen to my earlier conversations with the stars of Chuck, Worst Week, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Starter Wife, My Name is Earl, and many more. Please think about writing an online review of Mr. Media, casting a vote for Mr. Media, or marking Mr. Media as one of your favorites. Whether you listen on Blog Talk Radio, Pointer Online, Digital Journal, Podcast Pickle, Vox, Folio, MediaFly, Podfeed.net, Blueberry, Zencast, or Odeo. Subscribe to Mr. Media. You can do that on iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. Just search Mr. Media Interviews from within iTunes and subscribe for free. You can also listen to the show with a piece of string and a tin can in many locations. If you've got an idea for a guest, email me directly at bob@andelman, ANDELMAN.com. You can also follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Andelman. Thanks so much for joining us today. I always appreciate when you give up a little piece of your day to spend it with us.